Hey, everybody. Welcome to 2026. Happy New Year. I'm excited to get into some changes that are coming up here soon at My Wealth Planners. To give you a quick agenda, there are some changes coming to our podcast format and how we do that going forward. We're welcoming a new wealth planning analyst to our team today. I'm also excited to talk about an expansion coming to our office here shortly. And then finally, really kind of going in depth into some changes and things that are happening at the firm here in 2026. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So first things first, the podcast, right? We've done 79 episodes of The Science of Wealth since we launched it in mid 2024. And I have to say, it's been a blast to share what we know and to learn a little bit about financial planning, doing it day by day. We've had over 4,800 unique listeners since we got started with it, which is pretty exciting. And with that, there are some other changes, as I mentioned, coming to My Wealth Planners here in 2026, which I'll share in a moment. But one of the big themes you're going to hear us talk about this is that time is becoming a bit of a premium for us. And with that in mind, we are going to be simplifying the format for the podcast. Instead of doing a dual track format with both video and audio, where you can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or something like that, or you could watch it on YouTube, we are just going to be moving to an audio only format going forward. So you can still watch all the old episodes on YouTube if you really want to see me or see Daniel or anybody else who's been on the podcast in the past. But after this episode, it is just going to be our terrific voices going forward. And if it's any consolation, I've always had a bit of a face for radio, so hopefully that is not a big loss. Now, next up, we do have some big news. We have a new team member joining us today. So I'd like to welcome Anahi Sarmiento Garcia, who joins us as a recent CU Boulder graduate from Lade School of Business, who also had many scholarships and grants and achievements during her time there. So we're delighted to have her with us. And she won't be on the podcast today or with us for the next couple of weeks as we get her settled onto the team and just get her used to the stuff she needs to do for her day-to-day work. But you can look forward to seeing her bio on the website soon, and we're ecstatic to have her with us on the team. Now, next up then is the expansion to our office. You will all be familiar with our main office, right? And of course, with the team growth in mind, you might look at it and say, okay, well, you have a nice bit of space here. I think you'll all fit in there. But we're actually going to be more than doubling it. So later this month, we'll be taking occupancy of Unit 201 in our building, in addition to our current Unit 300. So that is actually the entire unit space below our current office. Now, this is going to double our space. We're going to go from 1,845 square feet to about 4,305 square feet. This is going to result in us having 4 meeting and conference room spaces, 3 balconies, and a space for a team of about 20 going forward. Now, we're obviously not a 20-person firm today, and we won't be tomorrow. But as the firm grows, we made the decision that we wanted to take over our adjacent space, that we would have room to grow into it and to customize it for those future needs. So we're looking at finishing up the build out on the new space here in the next couple of weeks. And when that's all said and done and it's furnished and decorated, all that exciting stuff, we'll probably host an event in the new space sometime later this year just so you can get to see it. Next is going to be the big news category. Some things happening in the firm in 2026. As I get into that, there is just one big piece of news that's going to front run the entire structure of what's happening in 2026. And that is Daniel Stefanski, who joined our team back in 2024, will be moving back home to New Jersey to be with the love of his life later this year. And as a result, we'll also be launching his own financial planning firm as he does so. Now, Daniel's not moving immediately. He'll still be with us up through the middle of June, but it does put some emphasis on how we're going to be going about serving clients and working within the firm this year. And of course, in the meantime, we wish Daniel the greatest of love and support as he makes that transition to be with the love of his life. So first things first, for those who are currently working with Daniel directly, you can expect to be transitioned to working with me, Dan, as your primary financial planning contact. Now, until June, I'll be directly involved in all correspondence, attending, leading most if not all meetings, and otherwise we'll be working to make sure that that's a smooth transition for you. We've always taken a team approach to serving every client, so even if Daniel or I haven't been in every meeting with you before, we've been an active and engaged part of your planning process since day one, and that will continue going forward. This is all being planned and coordinated well in advance, so you should have an easy time with the experience, but if you have any questions or if any issues arise as part of this transition, please don't hesitate to let us know. We're then going to have a different organizational structure. So right now it's myself, Daniel, Stephanie, and then Anahi joining us today. But in June, effectively, this is what the org chart is going to look like here. When Daniel transitions out of the firm, we will be a firm of 4. Myself still serving as the lead wealth planner, in addition to my responsibilities as the owner of the firm and the chief compliance officer. Stephanie Young, who will be promoting up to our operations manager role and will be responsible for all the non-financial planner, non-licensed, non-investment tasks and operations of the firm. Anahi Sarmiento Garcia, who is joining us today as our planning analyst, analyst. And then we also have another planning analyst yet to be named. We're going to keep that one close to the chest for the moment, but they'll be joining us on June 1st as well. So with a staffing structure of 1 licensed senior financial planner and 3 support staff, we are going to have a lot of bandwidth in the firm to see to your personal financial planning needs and to deal with issues as they arise. But I think you can also recognize that there is a bit of a bottleneck around my work and my professional time as the only person who's serving in a lead planner role. So as the lead planner responsible for 197 households, just counting those with us today, we will really need to focus on ensuring that my time in the practice is spent effectively and efficiently on those key deliverables that you expect from your financial planning firm and your partner in planning, while also focusing on the training and the development of our new wealth planning analysts joining the team. Essentially, I'll be spending 100% of my time either meeting with you as clients, working directly on deliverables for you, or training and supervising the team to do the same as our new planning analysts develop towards becoming associate planners. As a result, you can expect that the broader team is going to be more frequently involved, right? They're going to be responding to emails or phone calls more on my behalf, just depending on the level of complexity and the time sensitivity of the issues that arise. Now, what we like to say in financial planning is genuine financial emergencies are rare, but they do happen, but failures to plan ahead are common. So with that in mind, please understand that I will be focusing my day-to-day work and attention on directly serving your client needs and high-touch complex issues, and that I'll be relying on the team as a whole to support clients with more administrative or low-complexity issues that arise. The second thing that this also leads to is that we will have to be more considered in who and how we onboard clients in the future. While we have frequently and happily taken on pro bono financial planning cases or made exceptions in specific cases around small investment-only clients, I am personally not going to have a substantial amount of time to commit to new projects or cases in 2026. To give you some idea, we typically spend 25 to 35 hours on each new client as they join the firm in their first year. And even on an ongoing basis, we're typically spending something like 25 to 30 hours on clients each year going forward. Right? So as a result, we will have to enforce our firm's core service model and fee minimums for new clients going forward. We are still delighted to receive your referrals and deeply appreciate your confidence in our ability to support your friends, your family, your colleagues, but we are going to have to refer out cases that are not a fit for our core service model going forward. Just so we understand what that is and so we're all on the same page. Okay? Our core service model is a combined comprehensive financial planning and investment management offering. While some existing and legacy client cases of the firm are investment-only cases or planning-only cases, right, new clients will have to be both planning and investment management clients to be a good fit. And this isn't because we profit greatly by doing more work for our clients. In fact, today we charge the same for clients that we do investment management for as those we don't. But because we have found that with few exceptions, clients trying to self-manage their investments often take more time or effort on our part than simply doing it for them, we see a higher rate of issues and errors for those who are self-managing. And consequently, back to that bottleneck issue, we really want to focus on making sure that we're delivering the best experience and the best outcomes and results for clients that we possibly can. Now, we will maintain some exceptions for rare cases where planning or investment genuinely aren't applicable needs based on individual cases or circumstances, but I really want to emphasize that those are rare exceptions. Okay? For everybody's awareness, our fee minimum for new clients joining the firm is still based on 0.5% of net worth annually, today with a $500 monthly minimum. At present, it costs us about $5,000 annually in hard dollar operations, software compliance, and staffing costs to serve each and every client of the firm. And that's just the average. The increase to a $6,000 annual minimum from our prior minimum of $4,800 provides us with some margin to ensure that we can accommodate those legacy cases that are not paying at the current firm minimums, right, or that are below the current costs to serve them directly, and otherwise also gives us just some room to have cost overruns if they occur or should they arise. Okay. To be clear, if you're an existing client of the firm today, you are not having a service model change pushed on you. You are not having a fee change pushed on you. Nothing is changing for you. Just setting the expectation and giving the awareness very clearly about what our service model is for new clients. That when you do look at your friends, your family, your colleagues, you know whether they may or may not be a good fit, at least based on some of this information. And to be clear, we're always happy to talk with them and meet with them. Okay? In 2025, we made the decision that our core client was going to be Longmont's accomplished professionals. Now, we know some of you are our neighbors in Erie, Boulder, Lafayette, Broomfield, right, and so on. And for reference, we have clients in 18 other states. So not just everybody here in Colorado, but most of our clients are here in Longmont or close by. And with that, we really love to work with those folks. We really love to work with professional staff, small business owners, retired or retiring families. And again, if you're not certain, if you're not clear, please feel free to refer folks to us. We would love to talk to them. And if they're a good fit, we'll be happy to serve them. And if they're not, we'll be more than happy to get them to another planner who would be a great fit for their needs. Right. So if you hear all of that about the firm minimums, about the service model, about who we work with, and you're not clear, when in doubt, feel free to send folks our way. We just want to make sure that your expectations are set clearly so you can communicate with your friends, your family, and so on, and so nobody's surprised by any of that. The vision for My Wealth Planners has always been that of a teaching hospital. And that comes with a tacit acknowledgement that not every financial planner who trains here is going to stay here forever. This year is going to be a challenge for My Wealth Planners with the unexpected departure of one of our associates last year and the, of course, much better planned for departure of Daniel from our team later this year. But our values have always been that we are accountable, transparent, engaged in selfless service, and more importantly, engaged with you as our clients and our community. If you have any questions, if you hear anything of this, if you listen to any of this, if you read any of this, and it gives you some concern or a lack of clarity about what's going on or what we're doing or how or why, please feel free to reach out to ask your questions. We'll be happy to answer them. But I fully expect you will continue to enjoy the same level of attention and high quality service that we've always prided ourselves on delivering. And if you don't think we're doing that for you at any point, don't hesitate to let us know because we want to make sure that we give you an exceptional experience. So with that, I'm going to give you back your morning, your afternoon, your evening, whatever you're watching or wherever you're listening to this. And I just want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for being a supporter of My Wealth Planners and our team. And we're looking forward to being with you through 2026 and beyond.